I'm very sad. Do I look sad? I'm very, very sad. I've had offers for 3 players, next level players. I've had offers for 3 players accepted. And then the players have come along and said, "You want me to sign for Preston North End?" I don't think so. I'm very sad. So the backstory to this is that I had an offer come in from Feyenoord for Jacob Brown, our striker. Does score a few goals for us, but he's 28 years old, and with my forward thinking, my ambition, wanting to get into the Premier League, kind of had a bit of a decision to make, and I thought, okay, maybe it's time to let him go, bring a few million in. I think the bid was about 4 million, something like that. I thought, yeah, okay, we'll do that. So we sold him. Then we're a striker light. We're okay up front. We're not too bad. We've got 𝐓𝐀𝐑𝐆𝐄𝐑, we've got Hugo, we've got Jones. So we're okay, but I thought, let's have a look in the transfer market, see if we can maybe do something in January and bring that next level player in, somebody who would take us to that next level, even in this division, somebody who would, from January onwards, make that push, get us promoted, get us into the Premier League. So I had a look round and I identified 3 players. Didn't expect to get them all, but I thought, right, let's put bids in for them. They were next level players, they were very, very good players. Put the bids in, they were accepted, brilliant, away we go. I thought, okay, fine, we're going to get some tremendous players in here. Think again. The next thing is, it comes to offering a contract to the player. Come to offer the contract, and what did the player, all 3 of them individually came back and said, Preston North End? In the Championship? I'm not signing for a Championship team. So I didn't get any of them. Anyway, I can't be sad for too long. We have to move on, and there's football to be played. Let's have a little look at the league table, shall we? And I'm not sure whether this kind of brings into perspective what's just happened with these transfers and the players' attitudes, because we're top of the Championship at the moment. The probability of us getting into the Premier League and being in the top flight in English football is quite big at the moment. We're top of the league. We've played 17 games, we've got 38 points, we've scored 26 goals, so our goal difference, as opposed to Fulham's who are in second place, we've got 15 goals more than they have. They're on 38 points as well, but we're doing really well. But I suppose you have to take on board there is, I suppose there's quite a big possibility that we won't get into the Premier League. There's a lot of football to be played, and we could eventually drop down into the playoffs or even worse than that. So things are going great at the moment, but who knows what's going to happen in the future. So just looking through the schedule now, after the last game that we played was a 2-2 draw against Rotherham. We then went on to lose against a big promotion rival of ours, 2-1 Fulham. Not a great result at all. But then we bounced back against Portsmouth, we won 4-0. Notts Forest, we put 4 goals past them as well. Bristol City, we had a 3-1 win, and then we played Norwich at home. Again, another one of our promotion rivals, and I hope this is not going to be a little bit of a trend, because we do need to be beating these teams if we're going to get promoted. But we lost 1-0 to Norwich. We had a bit of a friendly thrown in there against Dronfield, won that 4-0. And then we played our last game, we played Charlton, and we won that 4-2. So like I say, things have been going rather well. Slightly worrying that we can't beat the teams who are in and around us, and we're going to have to beat those teams if we're going to get promoted. That's a given, really. But anyway, let's have a look at some of the goals. So after the disappointment of the Fulham defeat, we then went away to play Portsmouth, and Dreyer scores an early penalty for us. Then the ball gets whipped over for Hugo to nod the ball in at the far post. Great near post corner with the third. And then 𝐓𝐀𝐑𝐆𝐿𝐶, the 2 strikers work really well together here. 𝐓𝐀𝐑𝐆𝐿𝐶 over to Hugo, 4-0. Moving on to the home game against Notts Forest. Pring doing all kinds of damage down this left-hand side. Provides first goal for young Josh Adam. Dreyer picks the ball up again on this left-hand side. Pring with the ball again. Lovely ball into 𝐓𝐀𝐑𝐆𝐿𝐶 for the second. And then whatever Pring can do on the left, Manzano can do on the right. So he causes a little bit of havoc. sticks the ball in for Dreyer to nod our third. And then back onto this left-hand side, Pring, lovely ball into McCann, and 𝐓𝐾𝐑𝐆 a screamer for 4-0. Moving on to the Bristol game, and they came out of the traps really smartly. Less than 2 minutes on the clock, and they score a goal from a corner. So we're 1-0 down at this point. But then we take control of the game. Burkhardt with the first of a hat-trick, by the way. Nice hat-trick from Burkhardt. Manzano on the ball to 𝐒𝐍𝐎𝐿 to Burkhardt, working nicely together again, our two strikers. That's his second, and his third goal is a penalty, 3-1. And then after the hideous home loss against Norwich, we came up against Charlton, who actually scored first. But then again, we took control of the game. Josh Adam, lovely ball through to Burkhardt, who rounds the keeper for 1-1. Young Josh Adam again. Dreyer through to Burkhardt for his second goal. So we're 2-1 up by now. Pring doing his usual damaging stuff down at left-hand side. Ball into Dreyer and Brown, 3-1. Dreyer to Burkhardt. Dreyer to Josh Adam for 4-1. And then Pring uncharacteristically makes a bit of a howler and gives them a goal, 4-2. So let's see if we can keep that momentum going. We're off now down to London for the game against QPR, and then we're back up north again for the home game against Burnley. So we'll see you in the dugout for the QPR game. Well, it's 4 weeks to Christmas. Predictably, quite chilly down here in London. Team for today. Roques in goal, back four of Perez, Earl, Brake, Manzano. Deep line playmaker Whiteman, Dreyer and Bayliss across the middle. Adam is the attacking midfield player, and Burkhardt and 𝐒𝐍𝐿 up front. Our usual slow start to a game, 20 minutes before we get a highlight. Now just be careful with the ball now, just find a green shirt with it. In fact, you could do worse than just passing it back. That's the ball. Burkhardt! Missed it. So I've been carrying on my beefing up of the backroom staff. I've been working on the under-18s and under-23 staff, and I've signed a few new coaches, fitness coach, performance analyst. So that the whole staffing system here at North End has been completely overhauled. Oh dear, Burkhardt. That's two he's missed. Yeah, so the whole staffing situation is going completely overhauled. We now have one of the best, if not the best, coaching system in the Championship. So their strikers had a miss as well. So QPR are about 3/4 of the way down in the table. They're not ripping up any trees this season. On paper, would have thought 3 points would have been fairly easy. Dreyer, lovely goal. That's his 5th of the season. He's been playing really. I didn't play him an awful lot when the season kicked off, but since I brought him into the team, he's been playing really well. You know, if that hadn't been a goal, there was a good shout for a penalty there. But we're 1-0 up. Half an hour gone. Dreyer is actually looking really tired. Dreyer's on the ball again. Whiteman, Bayliss, Josh Adam, Manzano get in the box. Header. Oh, straight into the keeper's arms. Nice football though. Watch the runners. That was an awful ball, that, wasn't it? Poor pass forward. I mean, I've had to play him today instead of Pring. Pring wouldn't have done that. That was a poor pass as well. Yeah, Pring would have taken that ball and he would have run up the left wing with it. He wouldn't have umped it forward like that. I'm going to have to make at least one substitution at half time. Both my midfield players are looking very tired. I'm a bit frightened of changing a winning team at the moment though. I mean, potentially I could have made wholesale changes for this game, because only a couple of days ago we played the last game. So again, busy schedule, a lot of tired legs. I think you can kind of see it as well in some of the performances that we're having. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, no, very nearly. It's very nearly an own goal. Yeah, there's some tired passes going in, isn't there? A couple of shots from 𝐓𝐀𝐑𝐆 at the beginning of the game were a bit weak and tame. Making a couple of changes at half time. I just beefed my midfield up, so I brought 𝐓𝐾𝐑𝐄𝐍𝐒 and the young lad 𝐵𝐵𝐻 on. It's been quite an even game up to now. XG wise, we're on 1.84 now, QPR are 1.17, so we are ahead on XG. So the first highlight, Pablo Perez on the ball, and again it's another poor ball from Pablo Perez. Not having a good game at all. I don't really have anybody on the bench that can... Oh, that was a tired pass as well. Oh no, that's poor. I mean, was that 𝐵𝐵𝐻 not being up to speed with the game, having only just come on? Or was it a poor pass to him? I think with the tiredness in the team, I've gone from distributing from the back. Just put the long ball over the top. I don't want another hideous thing to happen like's just happened there in defence and give another goal away. I brought Jones on as well as the advanced playmaker. I mean, this would be very nice if this went in. Not quite. I mean, we have got really well on top in this game now. I think we do deserve to win this game. Football doesn't always work like that though, does it really? Watch the runners. So they just made a poor pass as well. Big hoof. Can we find somebody up to... It's landed straight to Jones. 𝐓𝐀𝐑𝐆𝐻. Oh, he's in the post. Oh, my word. Never was there a better chance to win the game. We've thrown 2 points away with that. An XG of 3.03. 25 shots and 10 on target. And we've only come away with a point. Disappointed. We should have won the match based on the chances we created. And with Fulham's win over Burnley, we've now dropped to second place, and we're 2 points behind Fulham now. Palace are close on our tails with 37 points. Onward and upward. We'll see you in the dugout for the Burnley game. Well, it's another local derby. Burnley, very close neighbours of ours. So the team for today, for the Burnley game, is Roques in goal, back four of Pring, Moura, Bauer and Manzano. Whiteman, deep line playmaker, Bayliss and Dreyer in midfield, Adam just in front of those two, and trying a new strike partnership out today just to give the two strikers a little bit of a rest in Diallo and Jones. Derby games are always a bit of a coupon buster, aren't they? You never know what the outcome's going to be. You could have the best team in the world play a local rival who is... Bayliss has missed that by a mile. Yeah, you could have the best team in the world against a local derby, but a very lowly team in the divisions, and the result can be the opposite of what you think it's going to be. Derby games do seem to bring out sometimes strange results. Slight problem with all of that is when you're trying to... Oh, that's a lovely ball for Manzano. Yes. Oh, it was an own goal. I thought Diallo had got on the end of that. Own goal. Look at this ball though from Whiteman. Look at this. And Manzano's positioning. Yeah, I thought Diallo got to that, but no. Clark put that in his own net. Yeah, so like I say, the problem is with games like this is that you have to put it to the back of your mind that it's a local derby and all that rivalry. We need to win the game. If we're going to get promoted, we need to win the game. We can't let Fulham get too far ahead of us. We can't let Crystal Palace gain points on us. This is nice football. That's a pring. Not quite sure what that loose ball is that seems to be creeping in. Played Manzano. They're pushing high, aren't they, Burnley? Very high press. Go on, Dreyer. Manzano again. Can you create something else on that right hand side? Pring's not had a look in this game, has he? Unusually. Penalty! Well spotted, referee. Who's taking this one? Dreyer, I'm guessing. It's not the first one we've missed this season, is it really? That could have been decisive just before half time. Well, it's not just before half time, but a second goal there would have been very, very nice. Let's hope we don't live to regret that. Get your head on it. Go on, Diallo. Go on, Pring. First chance of the game. Where's he going? Up, up. It's going to get a nosebleed. What was Pring doing there? He got completely lost. I think his Google Maps went a bit faulty. Where am I? I'm not on the left wing. I don't recognise this area of the pitch. Whoa. He could have had to do himself there, but to be fair, nice goal from Diallo. It's not his natural position, but I just thought I'd give 𝐓𝐀𝐑𝐆𝐿 and 𝐓𝐀𝐑𝐆𝐿 a bit of a rest today and give Jones, who is our kind of backup striker, and Diallo I brought in as a left winger, inverted left winger. He's either footed, which is very, very useful. Haven't really used him an awful lot yet. Well, Josh Adams picked up an injury. Have a look at that half time. Get it in! Yes! Jones, nice. Both my strikers on the score sheet. Both my makeshift strikers, if you will. I mean, they can both play in that position, but it's not the strongest position on the pitch. 3-0 against Burnley. Very nice. So just one change at half time. Josh Adam seems to be picking up a few little niggling injuries at the moment, so I've dropped Jones back from his attacking position and brought 𝐓𝐀𝐑𝐆𝐿 on up front. Oh dear me, come on lads! 𝐓𝐀𝐑𝐆𝐿, isn't he? He's come on the pitch! Wasn't it not? Oh, it was Bauer. I thought it was 𝐓𝐀𝐑𝐆𝐿 who scored that. Bauer. Alright, forget all of that. I should have put my glasses on, shouldn't I? Bauer, that's what he's there for. Using all of his 6'4". Oh, Matt Clark has scored. He's made up for his first half own goal error. 4-1. Right, come on lads, let's not make this difficult. We do have a little bit of a habit of doing that, don't we? Making games a bit difficult. Score 3 goals and then let 2 in. I think it's time for another change. Okay, I've had to make a change at right wing back. I brought Brown. I've nobody on the bench. Olason's out injured at the moment. So Brown, it's not his natural position, but he can play there in an emergency. So I brought him on for Manzano, and I brought Mabea on as the box-to-box in midfield. I'm going to drop us back a little bit as well. Drop the intensity back a little bit. We don't need to go gung-ho with this game now. Okay, patient football, lads. Patient football. Just find a white shirt with it. Nice ball to Diallo. He has got a turn of... Diallo has got a turn of speed. I think his acceleration's about 17. So he has got a turn of speed, Diallo. I mean, he would have, wouldn't he, being a winger. You wouldn't want a winger who didn't have a good acceleration. Pring, Bayliss. Jones! Still 4-1. So Fulham must be winning as well, because they're still top by 2 points. Palace must be winning as well. 3 of us seem to be pulling away a little bit. Sunderland in 4th place are on 35 points at the moment. Good win though against Burnley. Well, that wasn't too shabby, keeping the pressure on up at the top there. But we do need to pick up the pace a little bit. If you look at the form indicator on this right hand side, Fulham have won their last 5 games. We, on the other hand, have won 3, drawn 1, lost 1. Palace have won 2, drawn 2, lost 1. We do need to pick up the pace a little bit if we're going to keep this momentum going to try and get some kind of automatic promotion. I'd love to go up as champions, but at this stage, if you gave me 2nd place and an automatic route into the Premier League, I would definitely take it. So by the time we come back again, we'll be about halfway through the season. Be a good indication then of where we are and what our goals are for the second half of the season. As up to whether we'll be able to sign anybody in January, who knows? Because apparently Preston North End, not very attractive. We'll see about that. We'll see you next time. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. If it's the kind of thing that you'd like to see more of, please subscribe to my channel, give me a like, and we'll see you next time for more from me, the Gobby Gaffer.